Since its introduction, the planned live-action Snow White film has been the focus of criticism, which has angered Rachel Zegler. A public release of the trailer has only made matters worse. Fans seem to detest it much. To critics of some of Disney's most audacious decisions have not held back when it comes to attacking the first animated film. The casting of Rachel Zegler is the most contentious element. So even though there were several edits made to the film before it was ultimately completed, viewers are still not happy with the final product. Due to reshoots and the SAG-AFTRA strike, the film's original release date of 2024 was pushed back to 2025. Concerns over the film's quality have only grown as a result of these delays, since it is now clearly seen from reshoots that the production is struggling to realize the original concept. It's amazing to see how much excitement the just-released movie teaser has generated. Trailers often allay fans' concerns over the film's production, while simultaneously disclosing the real purpose of the promoted content. Unfortunately, it seems that there is no turning back now that the supporters are even more irate. Disney is in serious danger, and it would take a miracle to pull this one out based on the response to the teaser, and even Rachel's part in it. Watch to find out why fans are much more irate than before, and why Rachel's handling of the situation has only made matters worse for Disney. Disney was probably not prepared for the volume of angry fans that have risen since the announcement, even thou so now it. For many ardent Disney fans, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs is more than simply a film. It's a historical person who, some would claim, helped shape the current Disney brand. It was Disney's first feature-length animated picture, released in 1937, and served as the model for all subsequent Disney masterpieces. When he made it, Walt Disney himself took a big gamble, but it paid off handsomely, making the studio a significant force in Hollywood and elevating Snow White and so to the pinnacle of children's fairy tale films. Fans who aren't happy with how the company seems to have opted to disregard their screens that they're lacking the spark were sure to react strongly to any significant departure from the last picture. Many fans were unhappy with Rachel Zegler's choice for Snow White because of her looks, which has also been a significant source of disagreement in the discourse around the new rendition. For her doubting fans, however, it's her off-screen comments that have really complicated matters. The original Snow White film has drawn criticism from Rachel for being antiquated and for having many major problems with how the heroine and her plot were handled. Something needed to change, she thought, since her connection with the prince in particular turned her off.
Not going to be safe with the prince, and she's not going to be dreaming about true love. She's dreaming about becoming the leader she knows she can be, and the leader that her late father told her that she could be if she was fearless, fair, brave, and true.
The remarks infuriated many who had strong feelings for the first movie. Her supporters accused the firm of being disrespectful of the film's past and claimed that she was undermining Walt Disney's original intent. However, nothing changed in spite of the complaints. Rachel discussed her distaste for Disney's earlier treatment of its princesses in a different interview, as well as her childhood terror upon viewing the original Snow White.
I was scared of the original cartoon. I think I watched it once and then I never picked it up again. Like, I'm being so serious. I watched it once and then I went on the ride in Disney World, which was called Snow White's Scary Adventures. Doesn't sound like something a little kid would like. Was terrified of it. Never revisited Snow White again.
Although a lot of fans were offended because they thought Rachel should be totally replaced in a film, it's conceivable that Rachel was trying to make a point about how film has evolved over time. It seems that something was successful, since there were rumors going around that a different actress was supposed to play a younger Snow White in the film. Ignore the rumors that Rachel and the new child actress would share a leading part equally, so that the viewers could identify with the younger actress more readily. Disney doesn't seem to have promoted this too much, however, since Rachel continues to be the film's major character and takes the brunt of the criticism from irate viewers. Disney's choice to reinvent the Dwarfs has been a major source of disagreement as well. So one of the most cherished parts of Snow White's tale in the original movie is her 7 dwarfs. Fans were understandably unhappy to hear that magical creatures would appear in place of the dwarves in the live-action adaptation. To make things worse, popular Game of Thrones actor Peter Dinklage publicly chastised Disney for using dwarf characters in the first Barry.
Taken back by they're very proud to cast a Latino actress as Snow White.
Yeah.
But you're still telling the story of Snow White,
yeah.
7 dwarfs.
Sure.
Look, take a step back and look at what you're doing there. It makes no sense to me.
But
You're progressive in one way, but you're still making that fucking backward story of 7 dwarves living in a cave. What the fuck are you doing, man?
Many fans, however, were unhappy with this choice since they had been anticipating to see the well-loved characters come to life with real actors in the parts. Rather, the strange key copies that showed up in the teaser disappointed viewers, since they didn't really add anything to the allure of the original dwarves. The film's overuse of computer graphics seemed like a cheap shortcut, taking away from some of the previous film's charm and whimsy. and fans were even more incensed by the production's overall look. Many thought the picture was very dreary and desaturated in comparison to the 1937 original and even earlier Snow White renditions, despite its strong visual effects and subdued color scheme. Critics contend that the live-action Disney remake's heavy reliance on computer visuals takes away from the magical quality that made the original film so amazing. If Disney thought the preview would assuage critics' fears and win them over, they were gravely wrong. The Dwarfs seemed to be the last straw for a lot of viewers who weren't sure about the film anyhow. There was just a tremendous amount of animosity when the first Snow White teaser was made public. Even in today's very critical internet society, the trailer garnered over 1 million dislikes on YouTube very fast. The film's visual aesthetic and casting choices drew the greatest criticism in the comments section. This isn't exactly computer graphics on par with Shrek, green screen, or live action. At least Peter Dinklage succeeded in his goal of preventing 7 little individuals from obtaining some of the most well-known parts in the narrative by pulling up the step stool behind him. I'm curious to know how large of a mistake Disney has made with this. A beautiful animation film ends up becoming the most unattractive Disney live-action production to date. These are terrible flicks. Oh my god. There was none of the enthusiasm that normally follows the publication of a Disney teaser. Audiences were let down instead, as if the heart and charm of the original were missing from this updated rendition. It's like even though Rachel Zegler's wig became a talking point, little elements like the cheesy dwarfs were a huge point of contention. I detest the live-action Snow White wig. For some reason, everything else excites me. But when I see the wig, I'm sort of like, ha. Many others thought the wig was very distracting. Some even said it looked more like a shoddy Halloween costume than a well-made Disney production. The trailer received so many negative comments that it broke the record for most dislikes on YouTube. I am grateful that you succeeded in making 1 million people hate the live-action Snow White teaser. The response did not surprise fans, as many thought it was fair and would force Disney to take notice. Apparently, Snow White is a greater box office flop than Marvel's. Their last movie. Disney, you guys have exceeded expectations. Snow White is despised by 1 million individuals. There are odd things that happen when you cast a brown activist called Snow White without using actual dwarfs. Strange, peculiar. Stay poor and come awake. That's what occurs when you overlook important details in the narrative. Rachel first tweeted, "I love you all so much. Thank you for the love and for 120M views on our trailer in just 24 hours. What a whirlwind in response to fans' appreciation for the teaser." But as time went on, it became clear that most people thought the teaser was very unpleasant, and the outcry only became greater when it was shown to the public on the first day. Despite receiving over 1 million dislikes on YouTube, the trailer has had over 10 million views, indicating that the film may not accurately reflect people's true opinions. Furthermore, it seems that Rachel has had enough of responding to the criticism since, after the publication of the teaser, she appears to have been banned from social media. Even if her fans are surprised by her absence from the internet, a lot of them believe that she is having difficulty adjusting to the intense backlash and finding success in the virtual world. But as some have noticed, Snow White has taken a backseat to Rachel perhaps, as a result of her busy schedule with the Broadway production of Romeo and Juliet that she and Kit Connors are now involved in. Given the unfavorable reaction the teaser garnered, is Rachel still able to restore her reputation? Let me know down below and don't forget to check out the other videos on my channel.